Welcome to another episode of the Money Wheel Podcast. The journey to wealth starts here with your host, Don Shade.
Hello, my friend and future millionaire. Welcome to this episode of the Money Wheel. My name is Don Shade. Today I'm going to share a story with you. Here a couple weeks ago, I was at an oyster feed at Allegiant. And what happens at these oyster feeds, there's always a bunch of people there, and you pay money for a ticket, and they have drinks there, and all you can eat. This was oysters, for example. But anytime I go to one of these events, I always make sure that I'm wearing one of my t-shirts that says on the back, "Ask me how I can make you a millionaire." Because you never know who you're going to run into at one of these events. Well, as the afternoon went on, a guy asked me, he said, "What does that mean on the back of your shirt? What do you do?" And I said, "Well, I help people build online businesses, and I show them how to build $1 million roadmap to get them financially free." And he looks at me and he says, "Wow, that sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme." And I said to him, "You need it to be a get-rich-quick scheme." And I pointed out an example to him. I said, "Have you made over $25,000 a year for your working career?" He said, "Oh, yeah, I made a lot more than that." Well, the example I pointed out to him was this. If you make $25,000 a year and your work career is 40 years, that's $1 million. And what I said to him was, "Okay, you've made well over $1 million in your lifetime." This guy was retired, by the way. "Where is it?" And he said, "Well, I bought a house and a couple cars, and I put kids through college and all the normal stuff of life." I said, "Yeah, that's what happens to most people. It's not that they plan to fail, but they fail to plan." You see, you're probably in the same boat as everybody else out there, that you're going to make well over $1 million in your lifetime. Because let's say it took you to age 25 till you got to the point where you were really making decent money. You got up, where you're making, let's say, over $50,000 a year. Well, you do that for quite a few years, you're getting closer to the $2 million level. And what happens to people when they look back over their life, they can't account for that $2 million. Here's exactly what the $1 Million Roadmap will do for you. Number one, it helps you account for the money that you're making. In other words, we're looking to double your income. We're not looking to have you save your way to wealth. We're going to show you how to earn that income. And you have to be able to do it relatively quick. Otherwise, the money just slips away. Most people don't have enough self-discipline to save their way to $1 million. I know I certainly don't, unless I have a high monthly income. And the way we get that high monthly income is to build your online business. So I just wanted to share that story with you and kind of how it made me think about things. And I'll be honest with you, the guy didn't like the conversation, but he knew that what I was saying was right, and it really made him think, and he avoided me the rest of the afternoon. And that's fine. Obviously, when you do what I do, you think different than everybody else. And what I'm here to do on the Money Wheel is to help you think different and be in a different financial position than most people. That's everything I have for today. We'll see you next time on the Money Wheel.
Thank you for listening to the Money Wheel Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and like the podcast. For everything that was talked about in today's amazing show, go to moneywheelpodcast.com and get today's show notes, past episodes, and most importantly, you can connect with Don Shade on all his social media platforms. Again, at moneywheelpodcast.com. If you are just looking to email Don, you can email him at don@moneywheelpodcast.com. For a list of all our tools, we use in our business, you can go to moneywheelpodcast.com/resources. Again, thank you for listening to today's podcast, and see you in our next episode of the Money Wheel Podcast.